We often live our lives waiting for the storm to pass, hoping that if we just hold on tight enough, we can stay exactly the same. We view stress as an intrusion, an unwanted guest that threatens our stability. But consider the greatest structures ever built. They weren't designed to hide from the wind. They were designed to integrate it. They were engineered to thrive in the face of forces that would break anything less capable. What if you stopped viewing your life's greatest challenges as tragedies to be endured, and started viewing them as the essential load testing required to build a stronger Today, we're stepping out of the passenger seat of life and into the office of the lead architect. It's time to learn the engineering of resilience. We often think of engineering as the act of fixing things. A bridge cracks, you patch it. A server goes down, you reboot it. But that's actually a misunderstanding of the craft. True engineering isn't about fixing. It's about resilience. When a lead engineer looks at a suspension bridge, they aren't just asking, how do we stop this from falling? They are asking, how do we design this to absorb the energy of a hurricane? They calculate the wind shear, the thermal expansion of the steel, and the unexpected shifts in the soil. They build for the eventuality of stress. In engineering, a failure isn't a disaster. It's data. It's the final piece of information needed to prove that the current design isn't sufficient for the reality of the world. It's a diagnostic report telling the engineer exactly where the stress points are. We treat our lives so differently. When we hit a down, a breakup, a career plateau, a period of anxiety, we tend to take it personally. We label it failure. We view the cracking of our foundation as proof that we weren't built to last. But what if you shifted your perspective? What if you looked at your life as an engineering project? That down you are experiencing right now? It isn't a judgment on your worth. It is a stress test. The universe, or your circumstances, are applying a specific kind of pressure to your life's architecture. They are showing you exactly where your internal systems were vulnerable. Maybe your emotional regulation needed a better buffer. Maybe your social structure lacked redundancy. Maybe your goal-setting mechanism wasn't built to handle high-velocity changes. When things go wrong, you are being handed a blueprint of your own limitations. That is not a failure. That is the most valuable data you will ever receive. So, how do you engineer resilience? You don't do it by avoiding stress. You do it by building redundancy and anti-fragility. In systems engineering, we use fail-safes. If one component fails, the system automatically shifts the load to another. In your life, this means diversifying your identity. Don't base your entire worth on one job, one relationship, or one pursuit. When you have multiple supports, a down in one area doesn't collapse your entire building. And then there's the process of hardening. You take the data from your latest down and you reinforce the structure. You didn't manage time well under pressure. You build a new protocol for your workflow. You felt isolated during a challenge. You engineer a better community support system. You are not just repairing the cracks. You are upgrading the material. You are building a version of yourself that is fundamentally different from the one that existed before the stress test. The goal is not to be a bridge that never moves. A bridge that is too rigid will snap under pressure. The goal is to be the structure that knows how to sway, how to absorb, and how to remain standing, precisely because it has been tested. When you hit a down, tomorrow, and you will, don't spiral into the story of, "I failed." Step back, put on your engineering hat. Look at the stress point, acknowledge the data, and then begin the work of building a more resilient, more capable, and more sophisticated version of yourself. You aren't breaking. You're being upgraded. The most sophisticated systems in the world are never finished. They are in a constant state of iteration, learning from every vibration, every load, and every tremor. You are no different. The next time you feel the weight of a setback, don't look for a way out. Look for the lesson in the load. Your stress is simply the universe asking you to optimize, to reinforce, and to evolve. Embrace the tension, document the data, and keep building. The structure you are creating today is designed to last for a lifetime.